The second speaker is Councillor Sylvia Hughes, who's speaking on behalf of Raunds Town Council.
Thank you, Chair. I'm here tonight representing the other 11 Raunds Town Councillors, the 130 people or so that I have behind me in the gallery tonight and across the gallery, and the 10,000 people of Raunds who stood behind them. And let's not forget that when asked for their opinions, over 97% of those who responded and the 500 households who signed the petition presented by our MP Tom Pursglove in Parliament said they were against this development. Raunds Town Council has been working on the neighbourhood plan for 3 years, so not a short space of time, as suggested. After the first consultation, Wroxhill's response was to advise that they had plans to develop one of the pieces of land that had been earmarked as the plan as a protected open space. We took particular care to ensure that comments and amendments suggested by ENC planning policy officers were carefully considered. No suggestion was made through ENC that the designation of protected open space at Meadow Lane should not be included in the plan. Even then, we undertook further targeted consultation and the results were overwhelming. The survey went to every household. 94% of residents agreed the area should be kept as a local green space. The council had clear evidence as to why the area was being protected in the plan. We submitted the plan to ENC last November, who carried out a consultation of their own which was completed in January 2017. What should have happened is that alongside the consultation is the ENC should have put forward a potential examiner, but nothing has happened. So it's surprising the officer's report in front of you this evening suggests that this is highly unlikely, as this piece of land would be included in the final adopted plan. And why the delay? There is a clear directive in the planning regulations, and in the case of other neighbourhood plans submitted to the ENC, the examiner's report was completed 1 month after the consultation ended. In the case of Raunds, 8 weeks after the consultation, and still no examiner has been appointed. I see from the updates to you that you've been seeing the barrister's opinion. Well, I think this is premature, as the initial response from the ENC was to accept the plan and put it forward. It's only subsequently from Wroxhill's application that ENC seem to have changed their mind, and it's unfortunate that this has not been to the inspector in a timely manner. So if the neighbourhood plan had been processed and approved, this development would be contrary to the Raunds neighbourhood plan, and we would not be faced with this devastating application. It's the responsibility of the district and town councils to protect our environment, and that's why we are putting in place neighbourhood plans. From the 1st of October 2016, a government bill made it the responsibility of local authorities to support parishes to deliver local plans. The Joint Core Strategy Policy 24 states that this size of warehouse should also include smaller employment units, as pointed out. But this proposed development contravenes it. Well, I must say then that the 106 agreements are flimsy and not acceptable to the town council. We don't want money for we don't want the Meadow Lane changing. We want to know what is happening.
The advice states, the draft neighbourhood plan policy R6 purports to allocate the site of the development and additional land to the east, together referred to as site 25 in the neighbourhood plan, as protected open space. The land at site 25 is private land, privately owned, and farming use. It is not, and never has been, public open space, and there is very little public access to it currently. The Wroxhill objection to policy R6 points out that the term protected open space appears to be a term coined in the draft neighbourhood plan that does not appear defined elsewhere. The neighbourhood plan is effectively allocating new public open space outside the terms of the development plan and without any identifiable authority or basis for doing so. The landowners do not agree to such an allocation of their land. The authors of the neighbourhood plan are unable to force them to do so. The proposal is therefore undeliverable and entirely aspirational. It is axiomatic, in my view, that's the barrister, that the neighbourhood plan cannot achieve this aspiration. I agree in short with the objection on behalf of Wroxhill. The unilateral sequestering by the neighbourhood plan of private land is not something which can carry weight in policy terms. my view, this is very unlikely to be approved by the neighbourhood plan inspector when it comes to be examined.